I'd like to welcome everyone this morning. We have a pretty sizable group here, I think, principally for one purpose, and that has to do with recognition of some extraordinary, heroic actions on the part of a number of folks. So I want to invite Chief Heffner up to make introductions, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, let me give you an idea of the reason we're here. In the early morning of November 19 last year, a family experienced the worst and the best life has to offer. A fire threatened her family, and strangers risked their lives to save her children and herself. On that day, Steve Gast and Lima police officers Sam Crish and Matt Woodworth made a significant difference. And today, members of the State Fire Marshal's office are here to award them the State Fire Marshal Heroism Award. So I'd like to introduce Frank Conway from the Fire Marshal's office, and Chief Kirkendall, if you could come up here, please. I'd like Chief Kirkendall to read the nomination forms he submitted for this award.
Okay, the first nomination was for Steve Gast, who is a neighbor beside 420 West Tower, the house that burned. Steve Gast and his wife were awakened by their neighbor, Tanya Brown, who frantically told them their house at 420 West Tower Street was on fire and her children were trapped upstairs in the burning house. As Mr. Gast's wife called 911 to report the fire, Steve Gast and Mrs. Brown entered the burning home in an attempt to rescue her two children, ages 6 and 7. Tanya Brown ran upstairs to locate her children, while Mr. Gast stood at the base of the stairs to guide their children to safety in the smoke-filled residence. After helping to evacuate one of the children, 2 Lima police officers arrived to find Mr. Gast trying to escort the other child out of the house. Mr. Gast and the child were assisted outside by the officers and were able to relay them to the location of the mother, who is still inside the residence on the 2nd floor. Due to the bravery and selfless actions of Mr. Gast, the lives of 2 children and their mother were saved. And you have to forgive me, this typing is very small, my eyes are getting older. This is for Patrolman Woodworth and Sam Crish. At 3:13 a.m., a call came in about a house fire at 420 West Tower. The caller was unsure if people were still inside the residence.
Rescue's on.
Sorry. Officers Woodworth and Crish entered the residence in less than 1 minute after their arrival. When they arrived, they found the house in flames and noticed a small child standing in the front yard of the residence screaming. The officers ran up the front porch to attempt to see if anyone else was still inside the residence. They saw a man trying to escort another small child out of the house. Patrolman Crish grabbed the man and directed him out of the residence, which was quickly filling with smoke. The man then told officers the woman was still inside the residence. The officers put their own safety aside and ran upstairs and found a woman in a bedroom. When the officers found the woman, she was still conscious, but unable to walk on her own. The officers carried her down the stairs to the living room where Officer Snyder just entered. The 3 officers then carried the woman for the residence to safety. We're extremely proud of the bravery these officers displayed. They put their own lives at risk to rescue a woman from a home that was rapidly filling with smoke. Their quick response, without a doubt, helped to save a woman's life.
And I need to add, before I call the gentleman up, what you see in TV isn't real. You get in a smoke-filled environment, it is a hazard to life and health, and you are putting yourself at risk. Smoke is very dangerous, and I think these guys can attest it maybe more than they expected. What they did was brave, it was selfless, and we're glad to have these people as citizens and as employees of the City of Lima. Mr. Gast, could you please come up? Come on, Frank.
Mr. Gast, on behalf of the Division of State Fire Marshal and our Fire Marshal Larry Flowers, we're very pleased and honored to present to you the Heroism Award. This award was created in 2001 to recognize individuals outside of the fire service who go above and beyond to save their fellow citizens from the perils of fire. And in this case, you've saved a family. reuniting a mother and her children. On behalf of Larry Flowers, our State Fire Marshal, we extend our sincere congratulations and appreciate all your efforts.
Opportunity to speak. I'd like you to stay up here so we can get, I'm sure somebody wants a picture. And next, Officer Sam Crish, please come on up.
Officer Crish? You heard my earlier remarks about the awards and when they were first established. I was teasing him prior to the start of the ceremony that I understand he's third generation law enforcement. We're going to recruit him now into the fire service, so he has seen that side of the life of the work. But truly, these two officers, along with our citizen, really extended their services to their citizens. You took a great deal of risk in entering that home filled with a lot of smoke, because the smoke is what will get into your lungs and create victims. And we've had a number of victims in Ohio over the past years, and we work very hard to reduce those numbers. But we do appreciate your efforts. And on behalf of Larry Flowers, our State Fire Marshal, we're very honored to present to you the Division of State Fire Marshals Heroism Award, presented to you and your fellow officers. Thank you very much.
Officer Matt Woodworth, please come forward.
Officer Woodworth. You know, in fire service we have what we call team. And at the Fire Academy we break that down as an acronym, meaning together each achieves more. And truly in this case, these two officers working together as a team achieved quite a lot, and saving not only a mother but also assisting and saving the lives of her children and allowing that family to remain together as a unit. On behalf of your courageous efforts, please accept our deepest appreciation and honor as a hero presented to you by the Division of State Fire Marshal Larry Flowers. Thank you, sir.
Come on, Matt. Give us something.
Since Sam got interviewed earlier, I told him I would do it this time. You know, when we both got there, it was definitely a chaotic scene. And did I ever imagine I would run into a house in my career? No. Like in that situation like that, no. And to find somebody and do what we did, you know, you don't think when those things happen. You just react. And, you know, the results from it were positive. You know, I'm very glad that they happened that way. And, you know, it's something I'll never forget. I don't know how these guys go in the fires every day, because that's more than once is enough for me. I'm good. Thank you.
So once again, thank you for coming out. We appreciate the service all these men gave the city and the residents of that house. And thank you, and keep everybody in your prayers, please. We're finished.
Very good. Thank you all. And I know there are family here. So how about family of Matt's family? You want to stand up just to be seen? Doug? Great to have you here. And Sam's family, you want to stand up? Nice to have you here. And you and your family? Well, terrific. Great to have you all here today. And really an important acknowledgement. I think the community is very, very appreciative of what you've done. And obviously the victims of the fire are appreciative, but our entire community is appreciative of the neighborliness, the professionalism of the team that worked that day to save those lives. So thank you all very much. And to the Fire Marshal's office, we're grateful for you being here as well. So The other item this morning, Joyce Tracey's here from Apollo Career Center with information about their GED program. Joyce?
Good morning. I'm glad I'm here on a good news morning. I am Joyce Tracey, and I coordinate the ABLE GED ESOL program at Apollo Career Center. What we do there is help our students be prepared for basic skills. Hopefully, we can help them get a GED or high school diploma, and also help put them in a position to be able to go into a post-secondary program as well. Well, we have gotten really good news from the state. January 1, 2014, the tests changed. And when they changed, they made the tests more difficult, a little more challenging for our students. And it has really hampered, and frustrated students because it's just very difficult for them to get to the level to be college ready. And these students really just want to be job ready. They just want to be able to get out there and get a job. And so what's happened with the testing service, they have taken all their statistics, put them together, and see that the need was there to recalibrate the test. So they have taken the test score from a requirement of 150 down to 145, which is great news for students. In Ohio alone, there will be 1,400 students that now will be passing the test. So it's good news, and we still are trying to get our numbers together to see how many students will be affected that we have already served. But certainly we want the community to be helpful in getting this information out to those students. Those that will be passing now will find out March 1st. So certainly it's a good thing that's happening for them, and I appreciate you having me here to share that information. The other thing is our next orientation is the first week of February. So you can go on the Apollo website and get those. We're in 5 counties. We're in Allen, Auglaize, Mercer, Van Wert, and Paulding counties. So we are definitely there, in the communities to help the students. So, and our orientation is the first week of February in all those areas. Thank you.
As we all know, most jobs require at least a GED, so that those additional students that pass it's really important for them to be able to take that next step in terms of their own ability to make a livelihood. So that's very good news. That is all that we have for this morning, so we'll break down for the individual interviews with the media. Thank you.